Hello and welcome back to Pitch Perfect. Today it's just us. It's just your co-hosts, as always, myself, Elaine, and Kiki. How are you doing today, Kiki?
I'm doing great for the entire 40 minutes I've been awake. I've had some water, I've opened some packs, things are okay. Things are pretty decent, really.
Yeah, we're recording your morning this time, which is a little bit different. So, which means it's also like my like midday. This feels it feels a little weird to be recording at this time. It's not our usual recording time, but we have some exciting things happening this weekend. So, yeah,
So here we
had
are.
to change up the schedule. Here we are. Lovely to be with you as always.
And you. If you think that's directed at you as a viewer or you as Elaine, take your pick, Either way, it's still lovely.
Either way, it's always always lovely. We don't really have any shout outs. Not much has happened since the last time we recorded this week, except that it was the pre-release weekend. So I think that's kind of the first thing we're going to talk about is jump into our own pre-release experiences. Yeah. Did you get to play in a pre-release, Kiki?
I did. I was barely hungover. It was my karaoke birthday event the night before, so it was okay. I wasn't too bad. I was just a little bit tired. Of course, it was that classic kind of situation where, at your table, there's one person who opens everything, and then nobody else around the table does. So I felt fortunate enough to have two Majestics in my deck, one of which being the zero cost 4 if it's Draconic, it gains Go Again and cost reducts everything after it, or 3 things after it. And that card was pretty powerful. And then also I had really bad with names, the double something or other, the yellow card that's like, if you've attacked with a weapon, your next attack gets +3. If you've attacked with attack action card, your next weapon gets +3. It's a generic card.
Did you play... Okay. Did you play Syndra?
I did.
Did you end up playing Syndra?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I ended up playing Syndra.
Yeah.
Considering both of those cards kind of fit in her deck, and they seem pretty powerful. And then I forgot to bring the Syndra playmat, which would have been so cool and thematic. But I lost every die roll, which doesn't help when you're facing Syndra mirrors, and kind of going second feels important is my initial kind of thoughts, and I finished 2-3. But I had a nice time. I hung out with my friends as we all kind of rued the fact that we're getting older and that alcohol hits us harder.
You had five rounds?
Yeah, we had 25 players. So you need 5 rounds to maybe determine a winner.
Well, I wish I had 5 rounds at my pre-release.
How did your one go?
Mine was fun. It was fine. I just got to play in the one. If you've listened to the previous episodes of the podcast, you know that I did not get any tickets, so I had to kind of sneak in there last minute when a few tickets went up for resale, and I was able to get a ticket for one of our pre-releases in the area. So I went. It was really fun. I was not hungover, but I will say that I kind of felt hungover because I was playing Rock Band until 2 a.m. And I was sitting there, and I had my water, and I ordered some chicken nuggets because I was I am so out of it right now, and I really need to wake up and build this deck. But I built my deck. I played Fang, and then I handed my deck to my local, and I was does this deck, can you tell me if this looks good? Because I'm just kind of dazed and confused today and tired. So he's looking at it, and he's yeah, this is pretty good. So I handed the cards that I didn't use, and I'm here's cards that I didn't use, and he's looking through them, and he's oh, you have a red sound the alarm. You should definitely be running this. It's a really good card. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like, let me put it in there then. And he was like, I feel like that card's just good in any deck. You should play it in any deck. And I was like, honestly, I looked at it and I was like, that's just a lot of text to be reading every round today. So I didn't put it in. It's just like, are you hungover? And I'm like, no, I was just playing Rock Band till 2 a.m. He's like, I don't understand you. Okay. It's like that's like he was like that's like a like cool art teacher, funky art teacher vibes. And then later the round started, I was playing and I my chicken nuggets came, so I just had them under the table and I was just eating them during the game from underneath the table, and it was like now it's like raccoon vibes. But it was a lot of fun. I really liked Fang more than I expected. I think during our birthday podcast, I had said that I was really excited when Fang was announced, obviously, because he's a new talented warrior, and I really wanted a new talented warrior. I love you, Bolton, but I really wanted a new talented warrior. And then I was more interested in Syndra, but I did end up playing Fang at the event, because as soon as I opened the cards, it was just like, warrior cards. I have to get my hands on the warrior card.
That says reaction.
And I really it says, like, put it in my deck. There's a little sword on the border. Put it in my deck. And I really liked Fang a lot more than I expected to, and now I'm trying to build him in CC, which will be like, I only have my Kasai CC deck that I've been playing since Heavy Hitters came out. So this is like a big step for me. First, it's still basically, it's not basically Kasai, but it's still Warrior, so it's not that big of a step, but it's a big step for me. I really liked it. I didn't do too hot at the pre-release, I'll say, but I wish I had two that I could have gone to, because I feel like as soon as I know we've talked about it before, I think during our setup, but like, I don't think either of us are the type of people who preps for a pre-release. I don't really do a lot of pre-release work. I just kind of show up on vibes and chaotic energy and have fun. So yeah, I wish it was like two pre-releases, because I feel like 3 rounds. It was only 3 rounds. By the end of the 3rd round, I was like, okay, now I get this. I understand like the lines that my deck is trying to do. I have a better idea of like how these matchups work. And then of course it's like, well, that's the end of the event. And I was like, oh, I wish I had another one to go to right after this.
Yeah. How many people how big was your one, rather?
I don't know. I want to say it was maybe 20 people.
Maybe. It's like you could justify a 4th round with that to get like a determined winner. Hypothetically.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't know how many people it was though. Maybe.
I think all my locals run till like, the regular amount of rounds rather than just like 3. And a lot of my friends ended up playing like 2 to 4 pre-releases, and like I totally get it, because I can only play one of them because of work hours. And like after you finish your first one, you're just like, yeah, now I want to try this where I know what I'm doing, or
Right. Well, now I really want to do it again. I'm really interested in drafting this set. So after the set comes out, I know that like armories are just gonna be draft. Unfortunately, I've already said I can only go to 1 armory a week now because of my schedule. So I'll have to restrain myself or just deal with it, I guess. But because now I've got the itch to draft, and I'm like, oh, I want to go. I know that after next week, after this weekend, everything is just gonna be draft, and but I'm not gonna be able to go to much of it.
Yeah.
I think I've heard some echoes that this set feels a little bit or reminiscent of Uprising. Do you agree or disagree?
I mean, like, I imagine the draft portion will kind of be similar to Uprising in the sense that you have the two heroes that share the one talent, and then the third hero that has cards completely separate to them. So in that respect, I guess so. But this format feels different in terms of play style compared to Uprising. Like, I think with Uprising, you had three very distinct kind of decks. You had Dromai, who had this board presence that the other heroes didn't. You had FAB being the hyper-aggressive deck, and you had Icelander being the opposite, trying to be very controlling. And they kind of had this sort of rock, paper, scissors-ish meta where, like, the FAB was good into the Dromais, that was good into the Icelander, that was good into the FAB. So you kind of had this sort of balance across the, I guess, the game, right? Like, if there are different playstyles you can play, and each hero did also have more than one way you play them functionally, right? But yeah, they had this sort of game plan to them where they're all very different. Whereas I feel like Fang and Syndra, while they do different things, kind of play somewhat at a similar speed in terms of like how they're trying to progress the game. Fang is a bit more, is a bit slower, I guess. Like, he will take time to set up and then start having free weapons and kind of trying to grind the game out. But it's also kind of similar to what like the Arachne does, in the sense that they're also not necessarily going to be hyper aggressive, and they do kind of have this mid-range game plan. And I think the access to numerous reactions, right? Like, it's not just like, oh, this hero has like a couple of attack reactions or whatever. This whole format, every hero has access to attack reactions. Every hero? Yeah, every hero.
Yeah.
Syndra's are instants, but they're functionally attack reactions, I guess. Or maybe not instants. But you know, there's a lot more like hidden tricks in this set than most other formats, I feel. It's not a very face-up format, I want to say. Like, you know, the cards in hand could be anything, and they could be used on this chain link or the next one, as opposed to just playing attack after attack after attack. In short, I think the drafting portion, the feel of it will be similar, but the game will
Yeah. I definitely agree with that, and I think I kind of had the same thoughts and reactions when I heard that sentiment. Where, sorry,
Did you just?
I'm like the two the two heroes that are more similar than the one that is distinctly different, I guess, is very reminiscent of Uprising. But I feel the matchups between each hero aren't as like set in stone or made up, if that makes sense. I feel like the Uprising was very, very clear. I don't know. I'm lost my train of thought and what I'm trying. The words I'm trying to form right now are not working. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It was a fun pre-release though, and the heroes are fun, and I did enjoy playing Syndra. And I guess it kind of makes sense with the not with me necessarily enjoying Syndra, because I don't normally play aggro decks, but more in the sense that it works really well with the fact that we assigned ourselves characters for our spoiler. And I
was thinking that when I was playing. When I was doing my game, I was like, if Kiki played Syndra this weekend, then our spoilers just coincidentally come to fruition.
Ninja. Yeah. And like, I feel like for reasons that you might find out by the time this episode comes out, or might not, who knows, I've grown to adopt and love Syndra, so, you know, we'll see what happens. But I reckon I'm gonna try to give her a go. My friend actually opened the adult Marvel Syndra, and I was so tempted to buy it until I found out the price. I'm like, realistically, that's too much money. But if I open a Marvel Arachne, like, I'm gonna offer that trade and be like, and they already said that they're interested, so I'm kind of now hoping to open a Marvel Arachne as opposed to a Syndra. Just so my friend can get what they want, but I'm just looking at
I still really
Sorry.
I still am really intrigued and enticed by Syndra, but I just really, it's so hard for me to break away from the shackles of Warrior. I just don't, I don't know what it is. I'm just really drawn to it, and I can't escape it. But Syndra is still really interesting to me, and I'm really interested to see. I haven't built a Fang deck yet. I've just kind of been playing with it, but I haven't put anything to paper yet, obviously, because I don't have the cards yet, because the set hasn't come out. But I'm just trying to segue into a new topic of Memphis is this weekend, and that I'm really excited to watch some Flesh and Blood this weekend. I don't really have much on my schedule except to watch some Flesh and Blood and maybe possibly play some Flesh and Blood, depending on if our armory event will be able to happen this weekend. I don't know how many of my locals are going to Memphis, but that's just a side note. Anyway, I'm really excited. I'm gonna watch Flesh and Blood regardless. And Memphis, if you don't know, is the hunted will be legal, so it's kind of like a hunted showcase, I think is what they've called it. And there's also 2 callings happening at Memphis. So one of the callings is CC, and we'll be able to see how the CC meta shapes up with the hunted involved. There's also a CC battle harden over the weekend, and the second calling, 2 calling weekend. The second calling is the hunted sealed decks. So I'm super excited to watch how the CC meta shakes up with these new heroes, and also to watch just some more limited play in sealed. I think it's gonna be a really fun weekend. Probably gonna annoy my little sister by having that on the TV all weekend, but it is what it is, and she'll have to deal with it, because I'm like, even though I'm like been kind of playing around with hypothetically building a Fang deck, I do still want to see how Fang and Syndra, like how we see them perform this weekend, because maybe I'll try Syndra if I'm more enticed by that after watching the stream.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the heroes play out, and I remembered and was just checking now that Yukiwi Bender has made a little post about it, being all excited about it, and she was saying that she has a hunted brew, so this makes me think she's playing one of the 3 new heroes, and I'm very excited to see what she's kind of doing with the format, and hopefully she does well so I can take her deck list, and also because she's a friend, of course, but like but I'm very excited. Yeah, it's very cool to see that these players that are great at this game are taking this set seriously, and they have ideas about what they want to do with it. Like, it's still early days, of course, but yeah, I'm hoping that Syndra is kind of good, because somebody pointed out to me at the pre-release all the different ways that you can kind of stop the daggers from coming back, like just how much vanishing from graveyard there is. I'm like, oh, this seems kind of dire. Maybe I should just stick to Florian. But I keep on looking at this playmat, and just it's calling to me. So here's hoping. Also, like, another thing to note, like, obviously there's like new heroes coming out from this set, but like there's a whole bunch of assassin cards in the set, and while Arachne is arguably the most exciting one in the sense that, you know, he's new and you roll dice and there's a whole bunch of stuff, there's a lot of cards that could be good in your Azuri deck, or maybe your new deck. I don't know if it banishes as much, but there's a lot of cards in the set that I was looking at for Azuri, being like, that's kind of cool, that's kind of neat. So we might see like Azuri make an appearance. We might see the other Arachne make an appearance. The slip through the cracks one.
You know, if Azuri like comes out on top this week and kind of slips through the cracks, I would maybe build an Azuri deck. Actually, Yeah, I would maybe build an Azuri deck. I don't really have the cards here with me at this house. They are with the majority of my collection somewhere else. To build an Azuri deck, but maybe I would obtain them because I actually love playing Azuri too. When Briar LL'd and I was like, oh no, what do I do now? Because Adult Kasai wasn't out, and I was fumbling around with Dory and Bolton. I had what I had called like a trash Azuri deck that I would bring and play and lose with sometimes. I'd bring it sometimes. I'd lose with it all the time. I would bring it sometimes. Let's be clear.
Sometimes
it was just like my trash pile Azuri deck with like all the, it was just like very random. I don't know. It had like 2 CNCs and like 1 E-Strike and then just like a bunch of like common and rare, just random generic and assassin cards, a few majestics in there that I wasn't using in any of my other decks. So it was just a very, it was a trash pile Azuri deck. It is exactly what I called it. And it was really fun. I loved playing that deck. I would lose with it, but I loved playing it. I also, like you said, that you hope Yuki does well because she is a friend, but also so you can steal her list. I'm really curious to see what comes out of the weekend and see how other people have kind of shaped their Fang list, and how it might be different than what I've kind of been thinking about. So it's another part. This is such exciting times.
It is. Considering that like nothing's happened this week, like publicly, like I know there's a whole bunch of people that are putting work into figuring out these heroes, especially after everyone thought they solved the format before it happened, and then Zephyr Needle got banned. But apparently Ira's still good. I've heard a lot of people whose opinion I respect say that Ira's still good, despite the Zephyr Needle ban. So that's another hero that I'm going to be keeping an eye out on, because even though a lot of people don't find her very exciting, like her very simple nature and efficient numbers get me going in ways that other heroes don't. Like, back when Fire was this hyper-aggressive deck that did massive amounts of damage, or when Zen did the same thing, like those decks don't excite me. I just want to attack for like 1 and then 2 and then 6 and be like, yeah, that was 2 cards. Your turn. You know?
Yeah, no, I do get that. I feel like Briar was maybe well, he said 2 cards. I don't know. I really like to not block and then throw my entire hand at someone. I do really enjoy that.
As you should have with Briar.
Yeah, I'll say I just liked to go fast. I liked to be a little unfair. I'll be honest.
You and I are on very different spectrums in this front.
We are very different. But I play Kasai, so I'm probably overly fair. Or I have been for the past year. I would like to be a little unfair. You know what I would love? Which I guess we got a little out of this set, but I would have liked more is, no offense, illusionist hate for Warrior. I would have liked just a little bit more illusionist hate. We did get a little bit of help in this set, but I feel like it didn't, I feel like the matchup's like 60-40 now.
I love the, no offense. Yeah.
No offense.
It is a very polarizing matchup, and that's kind of just what you expect from illusionists at this point, for better or worse. And honestly, I agree in the sense that Warrior could probably use more help in that matchup to make it a little bit more balanced and not feel like Doom, I guess. Jagged Edge is really good. Is that the name of the reaction? Or the card?
Yeah, Jagged Edge.
It is really good. But you can only play 3 copies of the card, so... Yeah, I get you. I understand. I'm sad you feel that way, but I understand.
I keep saying, I'm like, I just want a little bit more illusionist hate, and everyone's like, Jagged Edge, and I'm like, no, I know Jagged Edge is there, but I just want a little bit more. You know how long I've been being kept by illusionist? I just want a little more, please. 50-50 is all I got. Maybe 55-45.
Just a slightly weighted
just a
coin.
little, just a little more.
At least I didn't play Illusionist until at Worlds.
That's true. No, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. That's not true. That's not true. I still would have done it, but if you would have pulled out Prism to like a side deck, I'd have been like, can I play your Florian deck?
Florian has 6 powers, right? Can I block?
Yeah, can I block? Please. Please.
I do remember I was playing Prism into a Florian at one point, and they blocked with a Felling in the Crown. Just assuming, it's 8 power, like it pops. And then the damage happened and they were shook. I was like, yeah, it's a 4 power attack everywhere, other than on the chain, or like in play. So the matchup isn't as skewed as you'd think in Florian's favor. But that's getting aside from the point. I didn't even have Prism with me. I had Dash IO and Florian, and I was like, I could play a real deck, or I could play the deck that I'm enjoying the most. And I'm still enjoying it the most. Funnily enough. It's
always play the deck you're enjoying the most. That's what I always do. It doesn't go too well all the time.
Yeah, that's why we had our own feature
really
match.
Fun. Yeah. To take fate into our own hands and play in the match. Which, yeah. That was fun though. That was fun.
Oh wow.
I didn't. By the time the game got posted to YouTube from the time we filmed it, I was like, I don't even remember playing this. Obviously, I remember playing the game, but I was like, I don't remember anything that happened during this game.
Did you rewatch it?
It was. Oh God, no.
So I completely forgot.
No.
There's that point where I'm like, I think it was like a Channel Mad Heroic into a Raging War. No, what is it? It's the 0-cost 3 that has Go Again if you play Nora. So I'm like attacking you for 6, you think about blocks, and I'm just like, how important is your arsenal? And then you're like, Kiki, do you have Command and Conquer? And I'm just like looking at the Command and Conquer in my hand like, oh my god, I forgot that you don't have the same information as me.
During my pre-release, one of the games that I was playing, my opponent put the card down, and then I was reading the card they had just played against me, and I thought they were reading the card that they played against me, but they were reading the card that was in their hand, because none of us really know, but they're reading it out loud. So I'm reading this card and they're reading a card, and then I realized that we're not reading the same card. So then I was like, wait, what? I looked up at them and they were like, oh, you didn't hear that. And then we both just started dying laughing. Like, fun things that happen at pre-release. It is in my hand. I guess they didn't realize they were reading it out loud. It's really funny. Well,
it's a little foreshadowing. It's fine. It's okay.
It's just subtle foreshadowing. Yeah, okay. Anything else? What else? Anything else we want to talk about? We kind of are a little bit obsessed, and we haven't really done much with it aside from the lore video that we did with Kale. But we kind of love game shows, and we keep joking that we're just going to slowly turn our podcast into a game show.
Yeah.
So I think since we don't really have anything planned and there's nothing too exciting to talk about this week, and we don't have a guest, we should turn our podcast into a game show for a second.
Yeah. Did we want to talk about the gem packs and how we feel about them, or?
Oh, sure.
Because we did just open one, or 3.
We did just open one. Yeah, right before recording this, which you'll get this video like a week after the gym packs were posted a week ago. We're
in the future slightly. Currently.
I couldn't figure out if we were in the future or the past. I was sorry.
We in this moment are in the future, in the sense that this won't come out until. Oh no, I guess it's in the past, right? You're watching us. I don't know.
we're the. You've already seen a week ago that we opened gym packs, and here we are wearing the same clothes. That's
Because we haven't
filmed these
changed for a week, okay? We're disgusting.
we filmed these videos back to back. Yeah. But the gym post was just a quick little YouTube short that we edited and posted a week ago. Hopefully, that's the plan at least.
If it doesn't work out, this part will get cut out of the episode.
If it doesn't work out, what I'm saying makes no sense. But yeah, we open gym packs.
Mm-hmm.
Should we show them on the podcast as a refresher to since that was a week ago?
True, good point. Okay, so we opened 3 packs. Here's the paper wrappings. They're nice and shiny.
Beautiful.
I miss paper wrapping so much.
I didn't realize you didn't get paper wrappings.
Yeah, I know.
I'm very sorry.
It's so
about
sad. We have puzzle pieces.
I can't see it. Okay, there we go.
And this is the Emperor.
The Emperor.
But if you flip it on the other
It's
side,
dead.
we have some friends. I assume
What's the
other
other
one's just a random pillar of something. I couldn't figure out which card it is. And maybe this is just like the Emperor is like the 9 piece, and then they have like just other things as I don't know.
I don't know.
But that exists.
Maybe we should also say, if you know that, we're sorry that we don't know that, because we got gym packs and we wanted to keep the full illusion of surprise, as we said in the video you saw a week ago. We didn't look at what could or would be in them. So if that's information that's out there, our bad. We've been avoiding information.
Yeah, true, good point.
Yeah.
I was like, where are you going with this? It's like, oh yeah, we're clueless. We know of one card.
Yeah, we're clueless.
So as we found out, if you haven't already opened a gem pack by this point or seen them, they each contain a non-foil and then a foil card, as well as those tokens. The puzzle pieces. Which kind of makes more sense to me now, because as I was holding them, like, this doesn't feel like one card. It feels like more. And it turns out it was. So we had, from our 3 packs, our 3 non-foil ones were Whittle from the Bone. Oh, how do I do that?
Maybe put your hand. Ooh. I don't know. I can see it. Sorry if you can't.
Oh, right. The recording quality is worse. Whittle from the Bone. It's got this guy that looks like he belongs in an arcade and kind of just working on some stuff.
Cute.
We have the Demonstrate Devotion, which
I like that one.
I do too. But again, this is giving like Avatar: The Last Airbender vibes, for sure.
It is. Yeah.
And then we have Display Loyalty, which is just a couple of soldiers, I guess, showing that their vibes.
Very, very cute.
And then we have the foil ones, which are the more exciting ones, I guess. Here's a smoke out. There you can kind of see the shininess. Just a guy getting captured. No big deal. It's Tuesday, really. And then we have Mark of the Funnel Web, which is a stealth card. Oh, that one went more
Spooky. That one looks nice.
yeah, this is too much for me. This is going on. There's a lot going on.
Wow, I could stare at this for a long time, but that would make an interesting podcast.
I just realized this is like a guy that's just like being choked out by all these things.
Also, just realized that I know we looked at it in the little short, and I was like, "Oh wow, it looks very spooky." But up until now, I don't know that I've really comprehended the art in my brain.
Yeah, neither. There's just a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Wow.
And then here's also what we got. A cold foil weapon.
That's nice. That looks really nice.
It does.
Wow, it's gorgeous. wow.
And this is going to be sent to one lucky co-host if you enter your entries into this competition of one person. I'll send that out. I'll contact you in the DMs for details. That wasn't a promotion or giveaway. I just told Elena I'd give it to her because she's a warrior player and I am no longer. Not since 2019.
That's 6 years ago.
Oh god.
Sorry.
It was the end of 2019. It was still like 5 years and
Okay,
3
it's like
months ago.
5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years and 3 months. No, we won't say 6 years is jumping. Yeah, that's too much. 5 years and 3 months ago. Sorry, I should have been more specific.
It's like I'm 4. I'm 4.5. Well, I'm 4 3/4.
Yeah.
But the jetpacks, very cool
Right.
idea. If I'm not mistaken, stores can distribute them roughly how they want within reason. But the idea is that you get like 8 of them per week, I think. So some stores might do a top 8 situation, some stores might do like a top 4 and then random situation, some stores might just randomize all of it. But what do you think about it? Like, yeah.
I really like the kind of like that they switched to gym packs. I think that's kind of exciting. I if I understand correctly, the idea was to kind of just award participants. I think the full arts look really nice on all the cards that you showed. I guess I was under the impression that there would be like more meaningful reprints in them, but so I was I don't know, like shocked or anything isn't the right word because, like I said, we avoided information. But that was kind of my impression of them, and then to see that it's not, I guess I kind of that it's not better. I think there may be better ways for them to put meaningful reprints back into cycle that wouldn't just like make, I don't know, putting them in gym packs might just do something crazy at the market. I don't really know that much about how the market works, honestly, to speak too much. I'm not gonna try and sound like I do.
So taxes.
Yeah.
Admittedly, we did open 3 packs. And
Yeah.
there's at least 31 cards in the regular portion of this, and I know this because Calming Breeze is number 31. So yeah, we know that there's at least... I'm now checking all the numbers real quick.
To me, yeah, the idea that you can go to Armory and you're walking out with a full art, possibly, I know there's marbles, lots of cold foils in there. That's really, I think that's really exciting. Just as a person who goes to Armory once a week on more of a casual level right now, I do think that's really exciting. So I hope that other people that are just kind of casual players going to Armory feel the same way. Yeah.
I agree. And like, excuse me. In the previous kind of armories, when you'd get like multiple copies of the same full art kind of thing, it was kind of less exciting. Like, I noticed as like a TO, at the closer to the end of like each season, people would kind of care less about getting the top 8 promo or whatever. It's kind of like a throwaway. The fact that these are packs obviously make them much more exciting, because there's a chance that you get something. And by now, I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have seen that there's an Azuri that you can open, which I wouldn't necessarily call a staple card, and not like it's difficult to get, but it's very cool to have the first Marvel Azuri kind of exist.
Yeah.
I was just slightly hopeful when I found out that that was the only card that was spoiled to me before I opened the packs. I'm like, oh, I kind of want that, though.
I think Razor Reflex was the only card that was spoiled to me. I didn't know that until you told me about the Azuri.
I'm so sorry to spoil
But
that.
that's really cool. Well, it's gotta get spoiled. It's gotta get spoiled. Best that it comes from you, I guess, you know? No, I think that's really exciting. Also, I just really love cracking packs. So yeah, the idea that I get to crack a pack instead of just take home a promo is very exciting to to me and my little brain. Yeah.
I'm just looking at this Razor Reflex now, and yeah. It's not the alternate art version either. It's just a normal Razor Reflex.
What does it look like, actually? I haven't looked at it.
I'll send you the image. But it looks like a normal Razor Reflex. It is... Is that pink stripe? Is that real?
It says pink stripe on Reddit. I just typed in Gem Pack Razor Reflex, and the first result was Razor Reflex Gem Pack 1 pink stripe. So...
That's kind of funny. Just like... For those of you who don't know, the original pink strip was a mistake. The original alpha product, all the red cards were pink instead of red. And I know, and you can tell that was a mistake because all of the starter decks they had actual red strips. But also, Razor Reflex came in a red strip for whatever reason. It was the only card in the base set in non-foil that had a red strip. The foil was in pink as well. And my speculation is because the foil had a different art, when they converted the non-foil to have what we now know as the regular art, they were able to update the color strip on the top. So, as somebody with this like FAB history and knowledge of the game from 5 years, 3 months ago, it's kind of funny to see that they printed now the non-foil art with the pink strip. So now you can have the whole alpha set in pink strip non-foil. It's a really nerdy thing to get excited about.
No, I actually think this is cool because I was like, oh, it's not full art, but oh, it's a pink strip. I kind of want it now. And of course, I'm just scrolling through Reddit, so half of these people are very angry and the other half are very excited. It's just, it's Reddit though, so.
Yeah. I don't know why people get angry about that. Like, what is there to get angry about?
I don't know. They're like, oh, this is lame. I think it's really cool. It's just Reddit though. I don't really go on here. It was just the first search result, and it has a nice picture.
It is very cool if you know the history behind why this exists, which I didn't know until I put the pieces together just now. But yeah, gem packs. Very exciting, very cool.
Gem pack.
Hopefully this allows more people to get more enjoyment out of the armories and not feel like they're just giving money towards the regular top finishes at every store. Because we all know every store has like a handful of players that will always be in the top 4.
Yeah. It's just how it goes.
Is it game show time?
I think it's game show time. We're gonna turn our podcast into a game show. So, what are we doing? Wait.
This is completely off the cuff. Like, this was not planned.
This is completely off the cuff. I know we joked before about like making us do a spelling bee game show. So we could do that unless there's some other game show idea that you have in your head right now. Also, listeners, if you have a game show idea, we are, of course, a little bit joking, but also a little bit kind of very serious that we would love to morph this into a game show sometimes.
Yeah, just sometimes.
I think game shows are fun. Yeah, just sometimes. We're not gonna go full game show host. You won't see me up here with a mic in a sparkly suit every day.
You might see me with a microphone and a velvet suit.
I would love that. I think we've seen it before, and it was kind of great.
For the giveaway I did, where I was pretending to be a wrestling heel. Yeah.
That's what it was. And it was great.
Yeah.
Game show ideas. Leave them for us because we would do them. Like we're gonna do right now.
So I guess the spelling bee is the only idea realistically that we have now.
Off the cuff. Yeah.
But now, this was not planned and definitely not expected when I woke up this morning. So I'm just trying to now find cards around me. Do you have cards around here?
Oh, actually, I wasn't even gonna use them for that. But I just found this random stack of cards I was sorting through on my desk, but I don't know where they came from. I do have cards.
Does February have a search function? Oh, like a randomized
Some of
function?
these are in Japanese. Some of these are in Japanese. We can't spell those.
You can't spell those.
I can't spell
I'm on
those,
like a day 127 of Duolingo. Like, I'm ready to go.
You did Duolingo ahead of the trip, and then I relied on your Duolingo skills.
Did you? Why is there no random search option in February?
Yeah, just give me something. Card of the day. Search. What if I just chose... I'm just gonna choose a few random things on February. And then... Oh, well. Hold on. Maybe I should not click Illusionist Class Specialization Bulletin. Oh, okay, I got... Oh. Okay. I got one, but it's Herald of Judgment. Can you spell that, Kiki?
Oh, that one's
like
surprisingly difficult. I mean...
Really?
Herald, H-E.
Wait, I lost it.
Okay. A-L-D. That's Herald.
Yes.
Of
Yes.
is O-F. And then Judgment is the difficult one.
Oh, this is trickier now that I'm looking at this word that I thought it was.
I believe it is Herald of Judgment, though, right?
Yes.
J-U-D-G-M-E-N-T. No E in the middle?
Yeah, that's correct. I would have put an E in the middle. I never noticed there was not an E in the middle of this word until just now.
Yeah, I found that out when I was writing a deck list. And for those of you that don't know, which is probably the majority of you, I write my deck lists by hand as part of my pre-event routine the night before. I'll do my nails. Well, I'll write my deck list, do my nails, and then I will relax and then go to sleep. So
I don't even know if I knew that.
Yeah, it's part of my routine. Like, people are just like, why'd you just type it out? I'm like, no. It's, I tend not to play games the night before an event. So that's my way of interacting with my deck and thinking about my lines without playing the game and stressing myself out. But yeah, if you also know anything about me, I'm obsessed with my own handwriting, and I'm obsessed with it looking nice. And therefore, if there's a spelling mistake in my deck list, I will start again. And that's why I know how to spell Herald of Judgment.
Oh. That's really... But that sounds like a lovely little ritual.
I'm very much... I also spent like an hour in the shower that night. Okay, so I don't have it in front of me, but why don't we go with Fiendel's Fighting Spirit? One word being obviously harder than the rest of them.
Fiendel's is Fyendals.
Correct.
Okay. Fighting is Fightting. And then spirit is Spirit. Fiendel's Fighting Spirit.
Good thing this isn't a pronunciation bee.
I can spell it, I can't say it. Okay, what about Wallop?
W-A-L-L-O-P.
Correct. Wallop.
The pause there made me think that I was wrong. I'm like...
No, I had it in front of me. These cards are just like a lot of heavy hitters. And then like random Japanese cards. I think these might be from Worlds, actually.
That would make sense, right? If you have Japanese cards,
Yeah.
I don't know if you open them normally.
No, I don't open them normally. And I also did play heavy sealed in Japan.
Mm.
So, ooh. That might be a good one.
Would it make more sense to do like what's the card do rather than a spelling bee? Just thinking about it, like the spelling is not the hard part of the game.
Yeah, but yes, I might be really bad at this if you ask me what the card does.
I won't for this one because I wouldn't know myself until I'm looking at it right now. What about Chorus of the Amphitheater?
Wait, Chorus of the Amphitheater? Okay, Chorus is CHOURUS.
Sorry, could you try that again?
Chorus, CHORUS.
Yeah.
Is that how you spell? That's how you.
You added a second
Chorus?
U the first time.
Oh, of OF the THE amphitheater. Is it AMPITHEATER?
Amphitheater.
Wait, you got like buzz or something when I mess up.
All right, yeah.
AMPHITHEATER? Okay, I was forgetting the H.
Yeah. I was trying to intentionally pronounce the sound as much as possible just to like not trip you up.
I don't know what does that card do, actually.
It's a 2-cost wizard action. This one is in blue. So the blue variant deals 2 damage to any arcane target. Oh, to any target rather. 2 arcane damage to any target. And then as an instant, you can discard this. If an action or instant card you control would deal arcane damage this turn, instead it deals that much +1.
Oh, it's the lady like.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I haven't personally knew that.
Yeah. I just looked it up on FAB. So I was like, when you said it was a wizard card, I was like, what? A wizard card?
Why are the wizard people doing theater?
Yeah, why are they singing in an amphitheater? I was like, so I looked it up because I was thinking it was something out of Heavy, because amphitheater, I guess. Anyway,
it's kind of like
I had to look it up.
It's a Greek word.
Arena. It's like, yeah. So anyway, I looked it up and that's why I didn't know that.
Okay.
Can you spell Smashback Alehorn?
Oh. These are 4 words. That
It's
technically
2 words.
Oh, okay, that makes it easier then.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say the difficult part of me is that these are 4 words that exist in English, but I'm not sure how many of these words they like mushed together. So Smashback.
It's 2 words.
What if this is a trick and Smashback Ale is 1 word? No, that's not gonna be true. Could you use it in a sentence, please?
Yeah, I can. I like that guy really made me mad, so I smashed back Alehorn the shit out of him.
And can I get the country of origin?
Would you like the flavor text as well?
Sure, what?
A fierce match brings out the animal within, and nothing gets the blood pumping like a keg of fiery ale and a good old brawl on the arena stand. And that is from Fightmaster Cox.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so to the spelling of the word. S-M-A-S-H-B-A-C-K. Space?
Ding, 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 ding.
A.
Yes. So
L-E. H O R N for November.
Yeah, and the crowd goes wild all the way. I actually don't know if I've ever really looked at the art too long on this card. Art, but like that guy's mohawk is really cool.
That is not.
So much should cosplay this.
If Rob Seigel is watching, which I doubt, but if he is, he had a mohawk once upon a time, and he also likes to party.
Rob Seigel, if you're out there.
But
Smash regular.
the only problem is this. Actually, that drink kind of looks kind of orange and like foamy. Like if you were to cosplay this, you could just have Fanta like right next to you at all times.
Yeah.
And I love Fanta.
Look at that guy.
He's not having a great
Anyway.
time. Oh, is that it?
There's like 3 people right here. Yeah, whoa. There's a bunch of people in this card art.
Yeah.
We're just zooming in on all of them. Is that Reinar? No, it's not
Just an
Reinar,
orc.
but you know. Just an orc. Anyway, wow. Sorry.
That does not look the kind of parties I go to.
If you were an audio listener, that section might have not have been very interesting because I was just zooming in on all the different arts.
Sure.
You could hang this like in the Met and I'd be like, wow, that's a painting in the Met. You know, I wouldn't be like, wow, that's a Flesh and Blood card.
And that just goes to show you how talented the Flesh and Blood artists are.
It really, yes. That one is by Carlos Cruchaga. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but I really like the art on that.
It's vibrant.
It is. It's vibrant. It's very lively too, you know? They're like really going at it. Now I'm just looking at card arts. That could be a fun game show section where we have to like name the card from the art. Like,
We need to upgrade our...
can you name this card?
Is this Wallop?
No, it's not Wallop. It is like similar in nature to Wallop.
Is it
Like after a Wallop, you might be.
concussed? Concuss?
Yes, it is concuss.
Ah. Okay, that's kind of fun.
Look at that little thing, the little hat.
Oh, that poor
Bunch of
guy.
cosplay. So many great potential cosplays in these cards.
That's the game we're playing. Here's a somewhat easy one, I think. Oh, that's...
Oh no.
Well, here's a wizard card.
Oh, it's got to be a wizard card. Where I can't see it.
I'm trying to get it so...
It's too far away.
But it's too blurry.
My eyes are not that good.
Oh, is that visible? Can you see what that is?
I know, it looks like a lot of color.
Aria wizard cards are kind of
I don't-
colorful.
Yeah, I don't know. This is from Aria.
The name of this card is very on the nose in the sense that it's like what's surrounding this guy. The first word.
Is it a pop of color? Pop. Wait. Actually, I know this card.
There's something surrounding this person that's getting popped.
If you
This
think
word was very
it's really
popular in
stupid.
2020.
2020, COVID-19, pop COVID-19, pop the bubble. Pop bubble.
Pop the bubble.
Pop the bubble. Okay.
A segment.
What a segment.
I was gonna say if we're still doing the spelling thing, I was gonna make you spell dash, but like inventor
Yeah.
extraordinaire. Just because the word
Oh, I
extraordinaire
don't
is a
know if I
difficult
can
one
do
to
that.
spell.
I would say EXTRA extra DI
Did you miss the O and the R
O.
before the D?
extra
Oh no.
maybe. Wait. Yeah, I did. EXT ex wait. Shit. EXTROI. That's what it is? OI? Extroid?
No.
Extra.
Extraordinaire
Were you extraordinary?
or extraordinaire. Then yeah.
But it's like
Yeah.
that, right? Same idea,
Mhm.
right? So is there an A? Is it EXTRA? O I D.
No. Before the D is wrong.
So it's just OD.
No.
ORD. RD extra ordinaire. A I really a lot harder than I thought it would be. Extra. Wait, EXT.
Yeah. So you're currently.
I don't got it.
It's.
I don't got
one
it.
of those things where it's like two words kind of meshed together. So it's EXTRA, ORDINAIRE. I thought it was gonna be the end part that caught you off, the NAIRE.
Dash extraordinaire. I'm like not someone who's like ever been good with words. Like I still pronounce, and I didn't know this was wrong until I was like 20. You know what a cockroach? You know cockroach? Cockroach. I always thought it was cockroach, and then like I don't know. One time my family, I was like, oh my gosh, there was a cockroach, and I was like 20, and they were like, ugh. My mom was like, I love how you still say that. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, it's cockroach, not cockroach. Anyway, extraordinary. I would have never gotten that.
Extraordinary?
Extraordinary.
It's like extraordinary.
Extraordinaire. Yeah, but I don't know if I can spell extraordinary.
Yeah, I guess the problem with that word is that when you pronounce it like extraordinaire or extraordinary, you kind of don't think of them as being the words extra and then ordinary. And then you, as a result, miss some sounds and stuff. I like words.
Can you spell Teklovasen? I don't know if I can spell Teklovasen.
TEKLOVOSSEN.
I don't have it pulled up.
Oh, well, let's.
You spelled it faster than I can type it, and I spelled it wrong when I was typing.
I did spell it correctly.
I'm the one who spelled. No, because I'm typing what I thought it would be while you're spelling it at me, and then that's incorrect. I'm like, well, shit.
Blasphemous would be a mean one to give you.
Oh,
you know it?
I can do this one. Yeah, blasphemous. Okay, BLAS. Is it T?
No.
BLAS. There's no T right
Not
there. Okay, BLASM. O PHET.
Yeah.
Ha.
So that's one that confuses me because I want to. It's like obviously morphed around the word blasphemy, right? But the PH is at the end of this word rather than in the middle. They swapped where the M and the PH go. So like for the longest time that I was reading this at the start, I always thought the name was Blasphemet as opposed to Blasphemophet. God, I'm such a nerd. But yeah. What's wrong with me? But yeah, Blasphemophet. There's one card that I didn't get the name of ever for an entire event, which is technically not ever. But there was the calling that I came second in. So obviously I was playing this event for a while. 2 days was a Monarch event, and there was a card called Smash with Big Tree. But I misread it, and I thought it was called Swing with Big Tree. And the whole 2 days, every time that card was played or I'd play that card, because I played Levia in the draft portion. I was saying swing with big tree for 7, and my opponent would be like, yep, sure, and take it. And then after I came second, I was like, I should get a tattoo to commemorate this event. I should get a large tree with a swing on it. Because, you know, it's like a swing with a big tree. Like, as a kind of funny joke, in my opinion. And then I read the card again, and I was like, wait, this says Smash on it. Has this said Smash the whole time? Is this Smash with a big tree? So now I'm really glad I didn't get that tattoo of a large tree with a swing on it. And I'm just like, how did no one correct me over the course of 2 days of me, like, playing this card? And
That's really funny. I've realized that, like, I'm a really visual person, and so I recognize, it's like, I'll recognize, like, a card from what the card art, from what a card does from the card art, not, like, the name of the card, and I feel like there's a lot of cards I just, like, straight up don't know the name to because of that. Like, I've been searching since Pop with Bubble, because I'm like, it looks like that. It was reminding me of a card that's also very colorful. That was a wizard card, and I couldn't remember the name of that one, but I knew what it does. Anyway,
you mean
I
I
found it. It was
spoil
the
it?
glyphs. No, glyph overlay.
Oh, I was just like, this is also kind of colorful. Oh god, there's too much reflection there.
That one is really colorful. Love that.
It's you, so.
I like arcane twinning too, but I would be like, oh, the one you can instant discard amp one, you know, deals X amount of damage, but like has the little like thing spinning around in a little colorful tornado. Like I would not know, like, oh, arcane twinning. Anyway,
That sounds like
I should work on that.
that sounds like when I'd commentate for the Rainbow Pitch League. You'd be like, I know everything about this card other than the name. I can tell you its cost, stats, ability, etc. Name, no.
For the league though, I usually study the deck list beforehand, like take a look at the deck list and make sure I know the name of the cards, match the name of the cards with the art, right? I already know what the cards do. I just need to match the names with the art. And sometimes I do just go back and study sets just to familiarize myself with the card. However, Tails is not really a set that I've done that with. So pulling out a Tails card really got me. Those cards, we don't really use them for anyone anymore.
No, all those heroes are kind of gone at the moment, and Yarl exists, but isn't the most popular deck.
Okay, well, I guess we'll be done with our spelling bee. Maybe everyone hated listening to that anyway, but I had a lot of fun.
I had fun. And you know, we can work on it. We can make it more exciting somehow.
Yeah, this was very off the cuff. Anyway, but yeah, where can the people find you, Kiki?
They can find me on Bluesky. That's kikibird.bsky.la. That's kikibird.bsky. No. Like,
Wait,
no. I mixed up with my Twitter one. No, never mind.
I was gonna say, I just edited. Yeah, I was like, I just edited some content for us today, and that is not your B-Sky name.
Kikibird.bsky.social is what I meant to say.
Yeah. And I am ehammontree.bsky.social. Ham on tree, 3 words, like bacon on bush, pork on shrubbery. Yeah, this was fun. And we'll be back next week with something else. We'll be back as always. Thanks for listening. Bye.